wanted to hire a hitman off the deep web to kill her. And I even went into her bedroom one time and I told her very seriously that I wanted to do that to her. And she didn't believe me.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. Today, this girl is going to be on Dr. Phil's show because she needs some help with her mental issues that are going on. She is just consumed, apparently, by these thoughts that make her want to take out her own parents. That's right. She is certified insane, according to her own words. But you'll see that actually a lot of it might be acting. It's pretty cringy the more you watch. It's very clear this girl is just looking for some attention and is kind of latching on to this personality type of someone that's insane and just tormented by bad thoughts. But really, it's just her trying to get attention. But anyways, let's get into it, shall we?
I think it's time that you be very straight up honest with your parents about why you felt a need to get as much distance between you and them as you possibly could.
So Dr. Phil's opening up with this question because this girl moved 2,000 miles away from her family without telling any of them, and she claims it's because she was keeping the monster away from her family, the monster that lives inside her. And you'll see the more she talks, it really does sound like just someone who is writing a fantasy novel on the internet, like a terrible writer, some cringy teen who has just seen movies like Split and other things and are like, wow, I have multiple personalities and I have these dark desires too. But no, that's not how it works.
I had very strong urges to murder my mother.
Tell her, not me.
No way, dude. Okay, so we're starting things off spicy with her basically saying, yeah, I want to take out my own mom. She just makes me so angry. And then it cuts over to her playing with this crappy, like, off-brand CSGO knife. She fiddles with this thing a lot, and we're going to see a clip of her talking later on. And that is personally my favorite part because that's where the true cringiness comes out. But yeah, let's keep going.
I had very strong urges to hurt you, and I had to leave to keep you safe.
And now she's going into tears here, and you guys might find me a little bit insensitive for this, but I don't really buy it. You're gonna see that every time she cries, not a single tear is actually produced or falling down her face. And a lot of times when that happens, that just shows me this is a person playing a role. And I think this is a girl who would otherwise be very into drama, you know, that type of kid, and is into this idea of, I don't know, being like a Punisher type character, someone who's just been crossed one too many times and is just out for vengeance and has a dark side to them. And it's just so funny to me that she is saying this stuff to her mom. Mom, I had to move away. It was for your sake. I was keeping the family safe from me.
I wanted to hire a hitman off the deep web to kill her. And I even went into her bedroom one time and I told her, and she didn't believe me.
Well, of course she's not gonna believe you because anyone with any sense knows you're not gonna know how to operate on the deep web, first of all, and second of all that stuff is just scaremongering. It's not real. Like, you can't just go and get some Bitcoin and be like, hey, you gotta take out my mom for me? Thanks. I'll wire you the money afterwards. Anyways, here's my address. Like, your mom's of course not taking you seriously because she knows you. You lived a privileged life. You're a pretty normal kid. Now all of a sudden you're out here playing with knives like, you don't want to get on my dark side. Acting like the freaking Joker. It's just so cringy, dude. Your mom is not taking you seriously because she knows it's all an act.
Well, Melissa, I know that kids say things like that to their parents all the time, and I didn't take it seriously at all.
First of all, I don't know what this woman is thinking, but I'm pretty sure it's not a normal occurrence to have your kid come in your bedroom and say, I'm gonna hire a hitman off the dark web and take you out one day. You just watch. Like, I would be pretty worried. I would take that with at least a grain of salt, but it sounds like she just let it roll off her shoulders. Either way, I think a lot of this comes down to this girl just not getting enough attention, whether it be from her family or just friends or just anything in general. So she's making up this persona and she is trying to scare her family into wanting to talk to her, which is so sad. You got to think of the other flip side of this coin. I'm sure there might be some, you know, reality in her thoughts. Maybe she's really angry and violent inside, but I don't think it's nearly as bad as she makes it out to be. And I'm sure she's gonna look back on this and think this is incredibly cringy if she ever gets out of this phase. It's pretty much the equivalent of someone, you know, watching Twilight and then thinking they're a vampire for like months. It's just something people go through sometimes where they think that they're a character on a movie they've recently watched, and that's just so cool. They cling onto that and their entire personality revolves around it. Yo, real quick before we move on, guys, do me a big favor. My analytics show that only 39% of you watching are actually subscribed. I don't know what's up with that, but if you guys are already watching the videos every day, you might as well join the Grim Squad officially, so hit that subscribe button.
Can't trust people. I have trust issues. I trust Dr. Phil. Went to therapy one time years ago, and I felt like they were gonna tell my parents everything,
Well, probably because they would. I mean, if you're going into your therapy session like, I'm gonna go on the dark web, or I'm just gonna do it myself, I'm sick of my parents being around, obviously they're gonna go freaking tell your parents and probably the authorities if they're taking you seriously. And it's funny how she's like, I don't really trust these other therapists, but you know, the one that's kind of a more celebrity than therapist and just has his own show and is gonna blast my insane story to the whole world, yeah, that's who I really trust. And when she says that, that's what also makes me think that this is more of an attention thing.
Melissa, I would have paid anything for you to get the counseling that you needed. I would have paid anything. I did not know that you were hurting as bad as you were hurting.
And you could tell this really affects the mom because it's almost like she didn't even know this was going on. Her weirdo daughter just moved away and is now acting all emo and acts like she can't come around her mother or else she might do something drastic. But you can see the response from the mom here is very normal. She's sad and she's like, dude, if I knew you needed help, I would have paid for any help you needed, but you just had to say something. That's what's so confusing. This girl has so much love and support from her family, yet she still feels these feelings. It's like just so angsty. And also, I didn't say this, but this woman's 26 years old. She's not a teenager, so I'm not sure why she's still acting this way. It's very childish.
It's very shocking, especially the way Melissa was raised in a great, loving, safe home.
And yeah, these parents are divorced, which definitely took a toll on her. It takes a toll on every kid, but that's not an excuse as to why she's acting this way. The rest of her life has been incredibly privileged, and they've really taken time to focus on her and her brother. It seems like she's had a good life and hasn't really had to fight for anything. So it's funny that she has so much resentment against her parents to where she just has these fantasies in her head of taking them out.
I'm a monster. I want to be a monster. I'm just playing with my knife, by the way. I've got to stop. I can't be trusted with weapons. I really can't.
And the way she talks, does this not seem to you like this would be a tryout for like a weird drama class? Like, she is so bad at acting here. Ugh, I just wish someone would take these away from me. I shouldn't be trusted with these. She would really make for a great female Joker in just like the most cringy way ever.
I don't know how someone can have hatred, even towards your own family, when there's no reason to have resentment.
And even the brother's on stage now, and he's like, dude, our parents were really killer as we were growing up. Like, they were awesome to us. They gave us every opportunity we ever wanted, yet she still holds resentment against them. And he just realizes it's his sister being weird. I'm sure he's had to grow up with this personality the entire time that they've been growing up, and he's just used to it by now. But still, it's like, it's embarrassing, dude. Why do you feel this much hatred towards our parents? You don't need to.
Were you surprised when she up and left?
Yeah, that put me really in shock. This is her just acting out, but it is a little bit extreme.
And you can see he's still worried about his sister. Like, it's odd that she was down to move away for this whole gimmick. So again, clearly she is hurting in some capacity, but I'm pretty sure everyone could see right through what's going on here. And again, it's just embarrassing. I'm gonna keep repeating that.
I never really got my license. I never was able to go out and actually have a life. And that really bothered me because I feel like he's the favorite child.
So then she starts breaking down with these fake tears again because she's like, he got a license when he was 16 and went out and made friends. That's stuff you could have easily done, bro. You can't hold resentment against your brother and your family and the rest of the world for your failure to launch. The fact that you're 26 and still operating as like a weird 13-year-old that's writing fan fictions online doesn't take away from the fact that that's all on your own accord. You got to step up to the plate, and clearly that's where all this is coming from. She has some resentment from the people in her life that have it all together, and it frustrates her that she's stuck in this spot in her life. And really, that's what it comes down to.
Just because I can drive and go out and do things I want, you can change that. You can get your license. You can have that independence.
They gave you a car.
And the brother has a nice message to her here too. Like, dude, if you are sick of me having a life together, how about you do it yourself? Just start working today and you can get that stuff and all the pieces will fall into place. But until then, you're just gonna keep being this weirdo playing with fake CSGO knives in your room, filming cringy videos that you're gonna look back on 5 years from now and probably die of embarrassment. But I think that sums it up well. The brother ends this nicely by just admitting to the girl that this is all on her and she just needs to stop acting out and trying to play this fake character because everyone sees through it. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought of this video down in the comments below. As always, show some love on Instagram as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.